morning, student. Myself Manoj Chotia from Raghunath Vidyalaya, Ratangad. We are studying respiration in human being. In this chapter, we studied about the respiratory organ. The main respiratory organ is lungs, and the organism in which respiration is occur by lungs. That respiration is called pulmonary respiration. Now, today's our topic is mechanism of respiration. Mechanism of respiration is divided into two parts. First, inspiration and second, expiration. Inspiration means entry of air into body, that is called inspiration. It is also known as inhalation. Whenever we suffered from cold, then we take some Vicks inhaler. So we do inside entry of some material at that time. So just like that, inspiration is entry of air or mostly O2 into body is called inspiration. It is also known as inhalation. And second, expiration means outward of air, means CO2 or excretion of CO2 by body is known as expiration. So as we know, their lungs are the main respiratory organ in human being, but lungs has no any muscles. Lungs has no any muscles, so muscles can't be occur this respiration. So you can see first the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity is made up of ribs, sternum. The main bone of chest is sternum, and ribs and vertebrae column or backbone. So this is vertebrae column, and these are the ribs, and this is sternum. It can make a thoracic cavity. And the main organ which do some functions in respiration is diaphragm. Diaphragm is a thick curtain, thick muscular curtain which can separate the abdominal cavity from thoracic cavity, and it has some radial muscles by which the contraction and relaxation, the thoracic the volume of thoracic cavity is increases and decreases, and it is also help in secretion of urine and parturition. बर्थ के समय प्रसव में जो शिशु जन्म होता है उसमें भी डायफ्राम हेल्प करता है, और यूरिन सिक्रेशन में भी हेल्प करता है. एंड ह्यूमन हैज a 12 pair of muscles, ribs, which can interconnected by two types of muscles, intercostal muscles and external intercostal muscles. They can help external intercostal muscles and internal intercostal muscles. They can help in contraction and relaxation, and by the contraction and relaxation of these muscles and diaphragm, because diaphragm is also a muscular organ. So these organs or these muscles can contraction and relaxation. By its relaxation, decrease of thoracic cavity, and by contraction of these muscles and diaphragm, thoracic cavity can increases. So by increasing and decreasing of volume of thoracic cavity, inspiration and expiration are to both the activity of respiration is occur. First of all, we take you should see the diagram. This is the thoracic cavity which is made up by vertebral column, rib and diaphragm and sternum. Sternum is the main bone, and at the time of inspiration, I make it by ... The volume of thoracic cavity is increases, and the time of expiration, when these muscles can relaxed, then the volume of thoracic cavity is decreases. You can see also by this diagram, these are the ribs and these are the vertebrae column, and this is the sternum. This is sternum, and all this structure is diaphragm. All these make the thoracic cavity, and by contraction and relaxation of these muscles, the volume of thoracic cavities increases and decreases. So first of all, you can see inspiration. Inspiration is the inspiration is an active phase which starts with the contraction of diaphragm and intercostal muscles. When the diaphragm contracts, it become flat. It become flat just like this, and when it relax, it can be a dumbbell shape. At the time of contraction, diaphragm flats down into the abdominal and increase the volume of thoracic cavity. Along with external intercostal muscles also contract. From the contraction, the ribs are pulled out upward. Due to both activity, volume of thoracic cavity increases. Due to this, air pressure in thoracic cavity and lungs reduce than atmospheric pressure. So because of this difference in air pressure, the air rushes into alveoli rapidly from atmosphere through respiratory tract until the pressure of alveoli become equal to the atmospheric pressure. And we can see the passage of air also. First of all, starting of this chapter, from nostril to nasal cavity, nasal cavity to internal nares, pharynx, glottis, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveolar duct, atrium and alveoli. Now expiration. What is expiration? Expiration is getting of the body of air from the lungs is called expiration. This is also known as exhalation. It is an inactive phase, adverse than inspiration. Inspiration is a active phase, but expiration is a inactive phase in resting stage. After inspiration, expiration take place. When external intercostal muscles and muscles of diaphragm get relaxed, then the ribs come down due to their own weight and the diaphragm rise up in the thoracic cavity. Therefore, due to volume of thoracic cavity decreasing, its air pressure rises from more than atmospheric pressure. The lungs are compressed and pressure increases in them. Air goes outside into atmosphere from alveoli through respiratory tract. Means the passage of air is just adverse than inspiration. Means from alveoli to atrium, atrium to alveolar duct to bronchioles, bronchioles to bronchi, bronchi to trachea, trachea to glottis, glottis to pharynx, pharynx to internal layers, internal layers to nasal cavity and nasal cavity to nostril. At the time of exercise and physical labor, expiration becomes active. So you have to remember, this is one mark of question. Normally expiration is an inactive process, but at the time of exercise and physical labor, expiration become active phase. Intercostal muscle contract rapidly and pull the ribs downward. For this, volume of thoracic cavity decreases. Abdominal muscles are also contract quickly, which increase pressure upon abdominal cavity. Due to this pressure, diaphragm moves upward and more actively into the thoracic cavity. So this is expiration. Whenever increasement of thoracic cavity, then inspiration, and decrease of thoracic cavity, then it is expiration. The lungs are compressedly rapid by contracting these two muscles and air gets out forcefully in human. The respiration rate in human is 16 to 20 per minute. This is also 1 mark question is made in adult person 16 to 20 per minute in resting stage. So this is the mechanism of respiration. Now there are some volume related to respiration which we can see. These are the four volume related respiration. First, tidal volume TV. Second, inspiratory reserve volume IRV. Third, expiratory reserve volume ERV. And fourth, residual volume RV. First of all, we discussing about tidal volume. The volume of air taken in lungs inspiration or expired volume of air in expiration during normal breathing is called tidal volume. यानी हम जो सामान्य रेस्पिरेशन में जितनी ऑक्सीजन या जितनी एयर बाहरी इन्वायरमेंट से अंदर लेते हैं और जितनी एयर अपन बाहर एक्सक्रिएट करते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड टाइडल वॉल्यूम एंड द अमाउंट ऑफ दिस एयर इज 500 ml. A healthy man can be expire or inspire at the rate of 6000 to 8000 ml per minute. यानी एक रेस्पिरेशन में 500 ml, और अपन ने अभी डिस्कस किया था कि एक एडल्ट पर्सन जो है 16 टू 20 टाइम पर मिनट रेस्पिरेशन करता है. तो 16 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 5 दैट इज 8000 ml और 20 it means 10,000 ml or 16 to 8,000. Inspiratory reserve volume. The extra quantity of air volume can be inspired forcefully by a person. This is average 2500 to 3000. Means हमने नॉर्मली रेस्पिरेशन में 500 ml लिया, उसके बाद में कितना फोर्सफुली इंस्पायरेशन कर सकते हैं, दैट इज इंस्पायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम 2500 टू 3000 और 3000. उसी के तरह क्या है एक्सपायरेटरी रिजर्व वॉल्यूम, द एक्स्ट्रा क्वांटिटी ऑफ एयर वॉल्यूम दैट कैन बी एक्सपायर्ड फोर्सफुली बाय ए पर्सन. दिस इज एवरेज 1000 टू 1100. जितने नॉर्मली टाइडल वॉल्यूम में 500 ml सीक्रेट करते हैं और उसके बाद में फोर्सफुली कितना सीक्रेट कर सकते हैं, दैट इज 1000 टू 1100 ml. लास्ट रेसिडुअल वॉल्यूम और RV, द वॉल्यूम ऑफ एयर विच रिमेन्स इन द लंग्स आफ्टर ए फोर्सफुली एक्सपायरेशन, दैट इज कॉल्ड रेसिडुअल वॉल्यूम. जितनी एयर वॉल्यूम शेष रह जाती है फोर्सफुली एक्सपायरेशन करने के बाद में, वो क्या कहलाती है रेसिडुअल वॉल्यूम. और उसका मान कितना होता है, वैल्यू कितनी होती है 1100 ml टू 1200 ml. दैट इज वॉल्यूम रिलेटेड रेस्पायरेशन. नाउ कैपेसिटी रिलेटेड टू रेस्पायरेशन. कैपेसिटी रिलेटेड टू रेस्पायरेशन. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल inspiratory capacity IC, expiratory capacity EC, functional residual capacity FRC, vital capacity VC, total lungs capacity TLC. First of all, inspiration capacity, the maximum quantity of air which can be taken during inspiration, it is equal to sum total of tidal volume and inspiratory reserve volume. Means tidal volume is 500 ml and inspiratory volume is 2000 to 25,000. So its total is 3500 ml. Expiratory capacity EC, the maximum quantity of air which can be exhaled during expiration, it include tidal volume and expiratory volume TV plus ERV. Third, functional residual capacity FRC is equal to ERV plus RV, and average volume is 23 ml. Means the amount of air which remain in lungs after normal breathing. It include expiry reserve volume and residual volume. Means ERV plus RV. The value is average value is 2300 ml. Now vital capacity is equal to IRV plus TV plus ERV is equal to average value is 4600 ml, means the maximum inhaled and maximum exhaled in the lungs, it is sum total of IRV and TV and ERV. Now total lung capacity TLC is equal to VC plus RV, means the maximum amount of air that can be filled in the lungs after maximum effort is called the total lung capacity. Its volume is equal to VC plus RV and the average value is 5800 ml. So these are the capacity related to respiration. ये आपको याद करनी है, एक नंबर का क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. और लास्ट टॉपिक है इस चैप्टर का, दैट इज आर्टिफिशियल रेस्पिरेशन. Artificial respiration, when a person stops breathing in an accident such as drawing carbon monoxide or other gaseous toxicity, electrical trauma or other condition, but if heart beating remains continually, then human life can be saved by giving artificial respiration. Generally it is possible to retrieve normal respiration by activating respiratory center with the help of artificial respiration. Many artificial respiration method are known, but mouth to mouth respiration method is more effective. And in this technique, what can be do by another person? Laying down the patient flat up, right, put on hand on his forehead and other hand under his neck. एक हाथ क्या करते हैं, उसकी नेक के नीचे लगा लेते हैं सीधा लेटा के, और दूसरा हाथ उसके सर के ऊपर रख के और उसके नोज को क्या कर देते हैं, बंद कर देते हैं, और अपना जो माउथ है वो उसके माउथ के साथ टच कर लेते हैं. और इस प्रकार से टचिंग होनी चाहिए कि दोनों के बीच में कोई भी एयर स्पेस न रहे. और एक मिनट में जो रेस्पिरेशन रेट है मीन्स 16 to 20 टाइम इस प्रकार से उसके मुख में हम क्या करेंगे, ब्रीथिंग करेंगे. दैट इज कॉल्ड माउथ टू माउथ रेस्पिरेशन. मीन्स क्लोज द नोज ऑफ पेशेंट बाय द hand keeping on the forehead by the person giving artificial respiration can be should keep his face on the patient in such a way that there is no air gap or should be air tight condition. In mouth of patient double quantity of tidal air, means tidal air is 500 ml, so double amount is 1000 ml. Air should be filled for 12 times per minute. Open the mouth and nose of patient and observe expiration in his way. The patient can be get rejuvenation by artificial respiration. तो इस मेथड से हम किसी भी पर्सन की लाइफ को सेव कर सकते हैं जो एक्सीडेंटली जिसके हार्ट बीट चल रही है लेकिन रेस्पिरेशन बंद हो गया. और उसके बाद में इस चैप्टर में अपना बचता है रेस्पिरेटरी डिसऑर्डर, दैट इज रिमूव्ड बाय बोर्ड. सो आवर दिस चैप्टर इज completed for 12th. Thank you.